there should be no shame in having, a couple, bottles open at the same time.
I do. I honestly do. I was like, oh man, we need butter.
I'm never going to get through it on the first try. Never, ever, ever, fucking ever.
You got to warm up.
I thought we did enough talking already.
Yeah, but not the tongue twisters.
Jesus. Yeah, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Welcome to Bourbon Idiots, the podcast that ditches a snobby talk to tell you straight if this stuff is worth your time or money, bringing you a good conversation and hopefully better bourbon. That's Phil. I'm Jeremy. And today we also have Luna coming down the stairs right in the intro. Clackety-clack-a-claws. We have the Booker's 2025 first release, also known as Barry's Batch. Yeah, Barry's Batch. Full disclosure, we already cracked it and tried it. And then we decided, let's record this. So they do 4 a year of Booker's. I got 3 other ones here. 24, one from 23. They're all blends. And they all come in these cool boxes. They actually make really good gifts since they already come in the box. This plastic slides up. The boxes are handmade. Actually, one of these is called Charlie's Batch in honor of the guy that makes the boxes. And they always have like a card that tells you, where the name comes from, what the blends are. And Phil and I were just saying, like, could they not make this any freaking bigger?
It's not made for old people.
Even young people. Like, the box is 14 inches tall.
Yeah.
Well, I have reading glasses too. I'm pushing almost 50 now, but if the box is 14 inches tall, the card is like 3 inches with 0.2 size
that's
font.
6 inches, Jeremy.
Oh, okay.
That's what I tell my wife all the time.
But yeah, the card always has, like, because they're all blend, it tells you what percentages came from what floors of what warehouses, and then the age of the batch overall. So this is 7 years, 2 months, and 4 days, ending up at 125.7 proof. They're always pretty hot. Looking at these ones, these are all like 63%, 62%, 65%. Holy shit, which one's 65? 2024 number 3, 65.15, 130 proof. Master Distiller Batch, which was actually, this one was kind of disappointing. Good segue into why we're doing this kind of later. This has been out for about a month. And while we, see something new, we would strive to like buy it and get the video out there so you guys know what you're in for. These are like $90 a piece. Well, 80 to 100, depending on where you are. And honestly, I was disappointed with the last one. So I wasn't sure about this Barry's Batch. And then I did a little bit of research, saw it was getting, really high scores on the websites that do give scores. So I thought we'd give it a shot. And Barry's Batch is named after their CEO. So if you read the whole card, it talks about Barry Barish and how he was their CEO through, I think it said 40 years. Yeah. So an homage to him and the things he did for the company are always really nice wax, like a ribbon on them. The boxes we've seen repurposed at restaurants, usually like sideways like this with like ketchup, mustard.
Yeah, I put it in my cabinet and put 4 bottles in it, standing them up.
Just like that.
Yeah, just looks cool,
Yeah, and they're pretty sturdy. They're good. I should do something with it because the boxes do take up a lot of space for storage, so it does make sense to do something else with them. So yeah, let's give it a sniff and a snort.
It's got a nice woody nose.
Yeah, the high
smokiness
proof,
to it.
Yeah, the high proof, you got to get past that because it is 125 proof.
Well, after setting the glass and I drank it, the proof ain't hit me as hard as that first sip,
Yeah, the first one always. Yeah, a lot of woodiness. If you read about Booker's, a lot of reviews will say Booker's is always peanut forward. And I even said that to Phil before we tried it, to even try to plant the seed in his head. But you didn't get any.
No.
I don't get peanut either. Wooden smoke nose, the high proof.
It's got a fruity flavor.
Ooh, like a dark cherry or a chocolate covered. Not like a chocolate covered
not
cherry.
Not that sweet.
But yeah, like a dark cherry. Little touch of leather there.
On the finish.
Mm-hmm. Back to wood. Yeah, a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah, I get that too.
A little bit of vanilla.
It's not too sweet. It's not too oaky. It's not too anything. It's pretty smooth for being 124 what?
125 proof.
125 proof.
Yeah, for the proof, it's dangerous. Like and a clean finish.
Not a very long finish.
Mm-hmm.
But still a good finish.
If I reach for it, I get a little bit of peanut on the end. Not
You're looking for it.
I'm looking for it. Almost like a peanut shell. Like if you walk into, or not anymore, I don't think they don't, but
Texas Roadhouse.
yeah,
used to
Texas
do it.
Roadhouse used to walk into, and the peanut shells would be all over, like that kind of. That's
You
what
know, I never seen anybody slip and fall on those.
I don't think it was a slip and fall thing. I think it was a peanut allergy thing. Because that became so prominent. Like even
Well, they still serve peanuts.
yeah, but now it's like you put the shells in a bucket at your table. When you get them, they're in a bag, so it's more contained. It's not like the barrel of peanuts and then you throw the shells on the floor and then it. I mean, that was I think back at the same time where like kids at school like, oh, that's the peanut free table at lunch and nobody there has peanut butter sandwiches. But yeah, you're gonna relate what you're tasting to what you've experienced before. That's the hard part about tasting bourbon. Because, like, you're going to taste something, and you're like, I don't know what that is. Because maybe you've never had agave. Or, like, yeah, it's like you're going to taste something, but your brain doesn't know what to link it to because you've never experienced it.
Right.
Like, that's familiar, but not something you can put a name on. That's why, like, everybody says, like, everything tastes like chicken. So, even if I reach for, like, a peanut, I don't get peanut flavor. To me, it's like that shell, more of an earthy, husky.
Yeah, that's there. You got a little bit of that at the end, I think. It was more prevalent than in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to empty the glass. We can still.
I wouldn't want to. It was just.
It's not we're cross
I
contaminating.
was trying to find that flavor at the beginning, and I still don't get it. I get it at the end.
The nuttiness.
On the finish, yeah. That.
When you plant that seed and you tell someone, you know, oh, this tastes like butter, they're gonna taste butter.
I taste butter all the time.
Phil.
I eat a lot of butter.
Phil. If he has less than 6 sticks of butter in the fridge,
Yeah,
it's
I do. I honestly do. I say, oh man, we need butter. I go to the store. Wife and I walking around. I grab 4 things, squares, so 16 sticks of butter. She's like, we got 4 packs at home. I only saw 1, which is 4 sticks. I'm panicky.
He's not kidding. 16 sticks is like minimum. Like that's your like, I'm okay. It's a good nose. And there's like a rosy color to it.
Yeah.
There is a reddish.
Down here, you can't see it as much. Well, yeah, you can see it a little bit. But
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just a normal brown or almost like an iced tea color. There is a rosy reddish tinge to it. It's damn good. As I said, by the time we get this on the, edited and uploaded,
it'll be hard to find.
it might be harder to find. I think I first saw it on the shelf 3 weeks ago. It's a good one. If you can still find it on the shelf, hopefully. Ooh, high wood up front. Cherry. Well, yeah, little vanilla, like a quick vanilla hit. And it's always important if you're tasting, your first sip to your third sip to your last sip is going to be different. As you get acclimated to the alcohol in it, maybe your brain starts making those connections of things that you've had before.
And if you ever sip something, just say you bought a bottle, and you didn't like it, don't give it away right away.
Yeah.
Wait a day or two, taste it again, because the flavors do change. We've kind of, can't say learned that the hard way, but by mistake, we found it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even, I'm sorry, go on.
No, I'm just saying in general, we've tried stuff that, like,
Yeah.
and we had that bottle, let's give it another shot. And then it was like, hey, this ain't too bad.
I've said before, the first time I tried Eagle Rare, I didn't like it. And I was fortunate to buy 2 bottles at an event. So I opened one, and the second one I was going to gift immediately. I was like, I don't like this. I'm glad I didn't, because now I love it. Like the episode we just posted for this one, the Weller, that green label, I didn't like it. I just bought another bottle. Your taste changed. The bourbon changes. There should be no shame in having, if you can, a couple, bottles open at the same time. And there's nothing to say like you have to finish this bottle before you start another one. Yeah. Let it sit for a while.
Well, I've got quite a few bottles open.
I'm looking at 20. Well,
20 open?
oh yeah, my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, I've got over the barrel is full of open bottles. I mean,
I don't have my app.
yeah, I know.
I had to break my phone.
Yeah, I'm cheating.
Look at my booze app.
Yeah. So yeah, there should be nothing to say like you have to finish bottle A before you open bottle B. I mean, if you've got the space for it, if you've got, the room, if you've got the leverage with your wife, don't go ruining your marriage because you want to have multiple bottles of liquor open.
You know, I know most young people are laughing at us like, yeah, I opened a bottle, it's gone in 2 days. On a weekend, you know what I mean? Where they're hanging out with their buddies. Yeah, I remember playing video games with my friends, and we'd be playing drinking games. Start off with beer, end up with whiskey. We'd run out of beer while somebody went to the beer store.
That's a different kind of drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different. I mean, that's a young man's game for sure, like you said.
Yeah, and I've never been one to drink to get drunk. Like, I've hung out with people that once they started, man, they were just pounding. And
Yeah.
it didn't matter if it was beer, whiskey, wine coolers, wine, whatever. They just, you know, it's like they would make the comment, I'm going to get foobarred tonight, whatever. It's like, why? You know?
That's a different kind of
Doesn't make no
drinking.
sense.
Like you could get out of this bottle if we were pouring full glasses.
Oh, that's how.
Any 750 ml bottle, if you pour full glasses, you're going to get what, 10 pours? Maybe out of a bottle, maybe 12?
Yeah, I did the math one time. I forgot, like, okay, the retail value of a bottle was this much, and they're selling it for $40 for a 2 ounce, and you're getting how many out of it? You know, how much are we paying as a consumer for them to sell us it? You know, what is the profit they're making on the bottle?
To the point of, do you need to finish a bottle when you open it?
No.
No.
Like, I just went up north with another buddy. He's got property up there, so we kind of de-winterized it. So we started off, we drank a glass with an ice cube of Eagle Rare, and then we did McKenna. Those were the 2 bottles I took up because it came in a bundle. So I took it up there. So we did a pour of that.
You found
one
an
McKenna.
Eagle Rare in a McKenna bundle?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we finished the other bottle, but that was in one night, but that was like starting at, say, 2 in the afternoon, and I think we were done at 10, so 8 hours. You know what I mean? And
Damn.
we weren't like drunk.
Oh, you weren't like hitting them like
Yeah, we're just
over an 8-hour span.
right.
I gotcha. Okay.
So we may have drank a bottle between the 2 of us, but it ain't our first time drinking. You know?
Right. And over an 8-hour span, you're eating what, 2 or 3 meals and
we had
snacks?
Yeah, we
and-
had just 8 before we started because like the first time we get somewhere when we travel, it was always everybody does a shot. Another brother, like you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
We ride bikes together. We go to Sturgis and
Got it.
the one Sturgis. So I'm sorry to get off track, right? But so another buddy, friend of Randy's is
I might have to post a diagram as you go.
yeah, another family tree, right? The camaraderie and whatnot. And it was just a little tiny,
Yeah, like the 1 ounce cups we had.
just
yeah.
a little pour just to say, hey, we all had to do riding and stuff. So we wouldn't drink if we went out riding. Don't drink and ride.
Right. Which is smart.
Yeah. But as soon as you get home, it's like, bloop.
This is dangerous. I've had like 3 of these.
Yeah, you're drinking it faster than I am.
That's odd.
Right?
That never happens. It must be good. Oh, quick update. We talked about flooding a Buffalo Trace last time, and we laughed a little bit. Maybe that wasn't appropriate. You know, people's homes were flooded. So, quick update. They're reopened already. Yeah, they're already resumed. Apparently, they're good at this. Like they knew the flood was coming. They made preparations. They've already reopened the not the gift shop because apparently that actually needs repair. They're going to shift stuff from the gift shop to the visitor center where you check in and get the wristbands. They're resumed shipping today. So stuff that maybe was already in bottles and stuff, they're not restarting bottling for a couple of days. And they said they have a inspection process. So they're going to start inspecting barrels. Like they've done this before. Like they know
Yeah, they had a lot of trailers out there. So I would assume knowing you're in a flood zone, right?
So we've already
Maybe you
drank.
took your stuff off your first and second floor or whatever your
Yeah,
average
yeah.
floods are. Say you got 9 feet. So anything above 9 feet or up to 9 feet, you would put in trailers and off premise.
Oh, see, I didn't think when I think preparation flood, my brain goes to sandbags. But that'd be a lot of goddamn sandbags. So what you said makes more sense to actually, because the barrels roll.
Yeah,
Just roll 'em out.
logistically, I would take stuff out of the warehouses, put it on trailers, and ship it to higher ground. They have all those other buildings,
Right up on the
or
hill.
even leave it on trailers because they got a crap ton of trailers. You know.
True. We probably already at some point drank some type of Buffalo Trace product that was already in a flood. For all we know, if they've already, if
Yeah,
you,
because they bottle it pretty quick.
yeah.
And that was just one little section, one little building.
Let's score it. Here at Bourbon Idiots, we don't give scores because we don't do math. We just give 2 yes, no, maybes. One on just the bourbon itself on the bottle, and one factoring in the price, or what we call the squeeze. Bourbon itself, yeah, yes. This is delicious.
Yeah, and I'm not a Beam fan. Like, I don't look for Jim Beam products.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, we got the Bookers here on the bar, so
That's
maybe
different.
Yeah,
They're blends and they're special edition type things. You know what I mean?
right. I mean, that's kind of part of the hunt, so to speak.
Right.
But yeah, I don't like order a Jim Beam and Coke. I'll order a Red Stag and Coke. That's pretty tasty as like a cherry Coke, but
And that's Jim Beam, right?
that's Jim Beam. Yeah. But yeah, likewise, I don't consider myself like a Jim Beam fanboy as I wear my Blanton's hat. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I got a good hat on today.
there you
So
go.
back to the yes,
Yeah, yes on the bourbon.
yes on the bourbon.
$90. I don't know.
Oh, it's the only way you're going to get it.
Yeah, since they do 4 a year, it's pretty much like on the shelf and then it's gone. Maybe on some like certain websites and stuff, you could find it secondary. I think
Maybe
there was like
$50. I think I've seen
maybe.
that was for like the new release.
Yeah,
You got stuff that's old. Like
that's what I was gonna say. Like there's like a
19
30th anniversary one and stuff like that. Of course, that'd be higher.
It's marked up, right?
Yeah,
Somebody held on to that for a while.
Exactly. But even like retail, $90.
It's the only way you're getting it.
Yeah, but I hate to say yes. I mean, there is equally good stuff a little bit cheaper. Maybe not as high proof. Like it's hard to get this proof level without getting into that close to 100 range. But you can get other stuff 40, 60 that's equally as tasty for sure. So I would say I'm maybe factoring the price. It is, anytime you get toward, triple digits, it is a little bit harder to swallow. You're saying straight up yes? Because, I mean, there's no other way to...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, how else are you going to get it?
True.
You know what I'm saying? If it's yes to the liquid,
Yeah.
the flavors, the taste,
Yep.
whatever you want to call it, then the price point's got to be on because it's selling compared to what was the one I got that's that 16-year. It's
Pendleton?
a blend. Not Pendleton.
16. Calumet?
Calumet.
Calumet?
Yep,
That's
Calumet.
tasty.
Yeah, but it's 100 and
Yeah.
some. It's over 120, 130, and then like the one you just said, the Pendleton, it's a blend, I think.
Is it? That's a cool box, too.
Pendleton. Yeah, it's very similar to this, but it's got the leather that goes up around the neck for the guy that made the saddles, but that's off topic. Yeah, for the price, if you want it, you got to pay at least $90 for it.
If I had like a $100 gift card in my pocket, I wouldn't hesitate. Actually, that's exactly what I did. My wife, our anniversary is this weekend. She's like, here's a gift card, guilt-free. If you see a bottle, just guilt. And that's what
Just
I used.
100.
Well, yeah. Some people lose it. God.
I better shut up because she's going to say,
Yeah. But you're right. Like, God, these kids these days, they lose a tooth and they get 20. You
Yeah,
just gave one of your kids, grandkids, a...
well, I showed him it, and I don't know if we sent it. He lost a tooth.
I got maybe
Tooth fairy
$1.
gave him $1 or something like that. I said, I got 20. Give it to me for 20. Don't give it to the tooth fairy.
Well, that's grandparents' job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm maybe borderline yes. And maybe it's the cheap ass in me that when you start getting to like the hundo range, I start getting a little sheepish. Because it is, I mean, you're only renting it. You're going to drink it and pass it through you.
Right. And then this isn't one you would drink as every day. It is an everyday drinkable type flavor, taste. But for the price, you could buy 2 Eagle Rares.
Yeah. Or like Old Granddad 114 or
yeah.
any of the stuff that's, in that $30, $40 daily drinker range. There's a lot of tasty stuff. Is this worth 3 bottles of that stuff? I don't know.
Not if you're an avid drinker. It's not.
Yeah. But if you're a Jim Beam fan or a Booker's Collect, you're going to buy it anyway. It's a good one. It's 100% a good one. I think Storyteller, the 2023 number 4 batch is my number 1. That one's, this is close. A different flavor profile for sure. This is a bit more fruity. Multiple flavor notes on this one, but yeah, if you can find it at the store.
Yeah, try it. Especially if you have any Jim Beam friends.
Yeah.
You know.
And the stories are always cool if you can get a microscope to read the card.
I was going to say if you can read the card.
I think it's on their website too. So yeah, just a quick episode today, just 1 bottle. Wanted to do it timely because it's a new release. If you like the episode, please subscribe, ring the bell. That helps us with getting found. We're also on other social,
Platforms?
Yes, thank
There
you.
you go.
Start new shorts. Got Patreon if you're willing to, support us directly. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Leave a comment. That helps too. Anything in closing, Professor Phil?
Professor. Yeah, you can't call me Dr. Phil.
No, we'll get sued.
A shout out to our service members. My nephew.
Yep. Ryan is
You know where
active
he's
right
at?
now. Yep.
So
Oldest son was in the Corps as well. So yeah, all you service members that are watching and maybe know Ryan, and he's saying, watch my dad and my uncle. Here we are. Cheers to you. Thank you
Cheers.
for your service.
thank you.
Yep. Catch you later. Likes to be called Michael, so this doesn't work.
No place for your knees.
Yeah, my knees go this way and the bar goes this way. Doesn't work.